Hi, welcome back to the homestead. Glad you could join us. Well, it's a midweek trip today. It's going to be kind of a quick one. We got a bunch more lumber, so that's what we're going to be doing is unloading. And we borrowed a neighbor's trailer, which is a lot bigger than our trailer. And we haven't used this trailer over here since before we made the planter beds. It's going to make getting out of here interesting because this is a lot bigger trailer. It's a, I don't know, 18 foot or so versus our little 8-foot trailer. It's also tandem axle, so it's a pretty heavy load. We'll just do our best to get it down as good as we can. Right now the trailer's where it's at. I may see if I can move it a little bit farther forward. I'm pretty close to jackknifed right now, which is not good, but I can turn it, back it up a little bit, and maybe I can get around that front bed that's in front of me, I hope. If not, I got myself in a predicament. Not good. You probably noticed the load's leaning pretty good. Well, it wasn't leaning at all when they stacked it up on the trailer, and it was tied down good and tight. The problem is, somewhere in some small town, I hit a set of railroad tracks, and it looked fine, but it was a huge bump, and that trailer started bouncing or rocking, and the crate on the bottom that everything was stacked on split. So the rest of the crates fell down inside of it, and that's what caused it to lean that direction. Had lots of ropes on it, nothing was going anywhere, but I did have to pull over a couple of times and cinch it back up as the crate continued to split apart. I wound up on the last time I did it, adjusted the ropes and the straps. I wound up strapping the corners together so they wouldn't separate any more than they already had, and that seemed to do the trick. So it was safe, it was just ended up being an ugly load.
So this is not a plate, so can we put it, just lean it up against that other stack because it's not a box?
Yeah. Nicely done.
I think that helped us.
Mr. Safety Inspector.
I think that helped us. That beam went through.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. I think that beam guided us. when I ran out of arms, the Lord said, okay.
Here, let me get this for you.
I'll get that. up on the railing and we could turn it, we could probably go from this point here to this point here.
And walk it.
Walk it
I agree.
off and over.
That's what I was thinking too. Okay, the easiest way to get this truck and trailer out of here is going to be to back it up between these two cottages. The only problem with that is when I cut that tree down, that big tree, I left a pretty good stump there. So I'm going to have to take the stump down more than it is so that we can get over the top of it. Huh. Stray mama cat just showed up. That's interesting. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to I got the chainsaw out. I'm going to cut that stump down lower so we can just drive over the top of it. Okay, that does it for the stump. It's not down as far as it needs to go, or as far as it should go. It's down as far as it needs to go. I don't feel like digging today. All that wrestling with the big pieces of lumber and crates and all that stuff has left me a little bit on the I don't want to do that stage. So there you go. I don't want to do that. Anyway, got to put the saw up and then move a couple of things, and then I can get the back in that trailer out of there. Okay, well, got the trailer and the truck out of there, no problem. I'm going to have to put some gas in it here out of one of the gas cans. It really drank down the gas on the way here. Bit of a headwind and heavy lumber and heavy trailer. So it ended up on the fuel warning light came on, and I have no idea when it came on. So I have no idea how much gas is there. Gas station's only about 4 miles, 5 miles from here. But I do need to return the trailer to my friend's house first. And so I'm just going to put a couple gallons in it just to make sure that I don't run out somewhere. I never usually let the gas get that low, but got busy and just did it this time. So good rule of thumb, and this actually saved us when we were in Santa Rosa, California, and the fires hit. Back then I had a rule that none of the cars got below half tank. If they got anywhere near half tank, we'd fill them up, or I'd fill them up. And the night of the fires, when we had to evacuate, we finally got out of there, and there was I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning, there's 150 cars parked down the road at a gas station that's not open yet, and we still had a half a tank of gas. That proved itself to be okay. We were able to continue to drive all the way to the coastline to safety and into a campground, and didn't have to worry about gas until we were on our way back. So just a good rule of thumb, especially if you live out in the country somewhere or a little ways from town, just don't let that gasoline tank get below half tank. Just a suggestion from me.
Okay, I was just watering the garden. I let some of these pots go dry. I know they're the self-watering. I don't know what happened, but 3 of them plus the asparagus, 3 tomatoes plus the asparagus, so 4 of those pots got completely dry. There's a little cork on the bottom of a stick that goes down a pipe, and I can tell how much water's in it by the cork. The corks were all dry. And so, sadly enough, they looked pretty bad. They were drying up, leaves were falling off, stems actually, and the asparagus looked fine. So went ahead and caught up with the water with the asparagus and filled the containers quite a bit with the tomatoes. And I'm letting it settle to make sure that it's getting into the bottles, and then I can fill them up some more. But I'll do that on another day. As long as they've got water, they're going to be good. And so, I don't know what we're doing now, but stay tuned. Okay, this is my harvest. I got 1 normal-sized tomato, 2 small green zucchinis, and 1 small yellow zucchini, and 1 green grape-size tomato that I accidentally knocked off with the hose when I was going by. 4 tiny green beans and 1 tiny carrot. Probably see that carrot right there. Okay, why did I get the tiny things? Well, 1, that was the last of the carrots, and I can reseed if I just get rid of this one. I'll give it to the guinea pig in the city. But the reason for picking those little zucchini is that we're not going to be here for a couple of days, and last time it grew really fast, really big. And what I understand is if I let these go so big that they get the seeds or whatever, the squash plant or the zucchini plant will just stop producing because they'll say, oh, I seed it, I don't need to produce anymore. But if I pick some of these early ones, it should reflower really quick. And they say that they're really tasty, these little baby ones. So that's why for the baby zucchini, for that. The little green beans, same thing. By the time we get back, they might be too big, and I can't have them go into seed. So there you go, my little harvest. Okay, one of the things I'm going to do here is get these big logs and put them over on the wood pile, pull them out of here so we can get this kind of thinned down and cleaned up. The tree is kind of in the way of pulling the boat out. We're going to be pulling the boat out to take granddaughter water skiing pretty soon. And so we want those big logs out of the way. Okay, I could finish right there because all those limbs are pushed back. The big ones are thrown over in the pile. The little ones, some are on the burn pile. Some we just toss back over here because we're not ready for them. But you see this area right here, more like this, huh? It's got overgrown weeds. And I could leave it like that because it's kind of cleared. except it's bugging me. So I'm going to go get the weed eater, the partially charged battery, because I didn't charge it. Too bad. But the partially charged battery, and put it together. Weed eat that little section. Maybe rake it. The rake's awful far away. Maybe not rake it. And I'll be right back with the tools so I could take care of that. Okay, well that turned into a bigger chore than we anticipated, but it looks really good up front. And we came around the corner where I had not finished the other day when I just stopped because the battery died. Lee finished that off for me. We tried to get back here, but the battery died again, but that's okay. Another day, always another day. Anyway, we got to get back to the city. Thanks for watching today. God bless y'all. You be sure to like, share, press the notification bell, and subscribe. And don't forget to comment. And we will see you next time on the homestead. Bye-bye now.